As we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at the global cues from last night. Now, the USA had a very positive market session on Monday. All three benchmarks, the Dow, S&P and Nasdaq, rose to fresh record highs yet again. S&P and Dow are now up for 6 straight sessions in a row. The Nasdaq is now up for 5 straight sessions in a row. Two main factors taking markets higher: one, improving vaccination data; two, very good earnings coming out this season. The Russel 2000 is also up 2.5% yesterday to its new record high, and that index is up 16% YTD, which means the small cap stocks in the broader markets are doing just as well as your benchmark indices. As of this morning, Dow, S&P and Nasdaq futures are all hovering above the flat line. Asian stocks also doing quite well. In Japan, the Nikkei is up 0.2%. The Topix is up above the flat line. Kospi is recovering from yesterday. It's up 0.85%. The only region which is sulking today is Australia, with the S&P ASX 200 down around 0.20%. However, Brent crossed $60 per barrel yesterday, and on the back of that, oil companies are doing quite well. So in Australia, Santos and Woodside Petroleum are doing very good gains right now. Japan's Impex is also up 1.5%. So that's all on the back of crude. European stocks closed higher yesterday as well. The Stock 600 ended the session 0.3% higher. Most of your sectors ended the day in positive territory. Italy's FTSE MIB was among the top performing indexes, climbing 1.5% as ECB President Mario Draghi secured the support of two key parties for forming a new government. Oil prices, like I just said, outlook really improving. Brent inched above $60 for the first time since January 2020 and settled at $60.56 per barrel, up 2.06% yesterday alone. These are the highest prices we've seen in the last year, let me remind you. US WTI also not too far behind. It was up 1.97% and settled at $57.97 per barrel. Let's remember earlier on in the year, WTI prices had actually slipped into negative territory. So it's been a tremendous rebound, making crude also one of the best performing asset classes in the last 12 months. Both benchmarks are at their highest once again since Jan 2020. Final commodity we have to check on, gold. It jumped more than 1% yesterday. Now that's interesting because gold acts as a hedge to equities, but in this case it's acting as a hedge to inflation because there are large expectations of the next round of stimulus coming in soon, and this is actually bolstering bullion's appeal as an inflation hedge. So spot gold rose 1.2% to $1,831.90 per ounce. US gold futures at the same time were up 1.3% to $1,886.10 per ounce, $1,836.10 per ounce, excuse me. So those are global cues for this morning. Looks like Nifty should be set for a fairly positive day in trade as long as the futures don't collapse on us.